I needed to do a part two. This is a two-part video with regards to this Texas abortion law that went into effect. And they did this very slick. In the middle of the night, you wake up the next morning and this is what's going on in Texas. Now, another thing I want to talk about with regards to this law and how it can further endanger black women, because we know black women are denied services, and you have a lot of black women who tend to die in childbirth. Okay, now this is another issue because say a woman, you get pregnant, raped, whatever the case may be, and if you're beyond 6 weeks, you can't receive any services. So now, what does that do for a pregnant black woman who can't even get any services or can't afford a 250-mile ride each way to go into another state to receive pregnancy termination services? Say if God forbid if she was raped or if that she was a victim of incest. Now they say they only will excuse if it's a medical emergency. But a black woman could be denied anyway, because even if the black woman is having a medical emergency, they could turn around and easily dismiss it, be very dismissive to the black woman, thinking that she's trying to just circumvent this new law, this heartbeat bill, which is what it really is called, referred to, but I think they changed the language. So under this law here, if you're beyond 6 weeks, you can't receive any services at all. As it talks about, in this video that is in part one, of this segment. So a black woman trying to receive services, try to make a 250-mile each way trek to the next state over, to get services, that's going to take time and that's going to take money. Maybe black women get a bus ticket if you can't afford. If you don't have a car, ladies, you better off getting a bus ticket to the next state, whether it's New Mexico or whatever neighboring state, of Texas. Just go further west, like say go to New Mexico or whatever, or whichever state is next to Texas, to be able to get these services. The reason why I said you're better off taking a bus, because if you don't have someone to drive you, you're going to be spending, if you got money to give somebody for gas, and paying for their time, it's just going to be a nasty issue all the way around. So if you can't get anyone to take you to the next state to receive those services, you'd be better off taking a Greyhound bus. And then once you get to that neighboring state, you can get the bus or a Uber or whatever that would get you to a clinic or to a facility where you can get those services in the neighboring state where this draconian madness is not going on. So that's just one option. And hopefully, this is why we need to forge friendships between each other as black women. This is why we need to have our own sisterhood. I've always stressed for years about black sisterhood. Ever since I started this movement 7 years ago. And I've always stressed about the black sisterhood. Everybody's got their sisterhood. We need to have ours. So in that way, if there's a sister in trouble, she could come to the sisterhood and be able to get the help that she needs. Because I know if I was in Texas and this was going on and a sister needed a ride, we'll fill the gas tank up. We'll pack a picnic basket or something, some food, drinks, fill the gas tank up, and we're going to be on our way to the next neighboring state. Because now they made the punishment civil. That's how they was able to circumvent Roe v. Wade. These nasty Republicans who are also misogynistic, racist, you know, the whole 9 yards. They're the oppressors that are up here passing these draconian policies that's going to have the most adverse effect and impactment on black women. So this need to be discussed in all black women's groups in your cities, in your communities or whatever, or form them. You and your friends, sisters or whatever, cousins, all your female relatives, family members, friends, need to get together and start forming these sisterhoods. So then this way we can have a community within the black community that gives no darn about us. We could form our own networks and have our own sisterhoods. I can't begin to tell you how important this is. This is something we need to do. This is for our survival. You know, and ladies, you know, if you planning on having children or whatever, please connect with doulas. Because out here in California, black people are having babies, black couples, and they're taking the kids from them. Making false claims, and they're doing it in other parts of the country too, where they're taking black babies, and they're putting them up for adoption. I think they're doing it to get those organs. But there's a lot of insidiously sinistering plans and plots that are in the making, you know, against us. So this is why we're going to have to build a sisterhood so we can have each other's back. I'm all for it. I am all for it. I've suggested this years ago. And I'm going to go into more in depth about the importance of sisterhood and the history of it. So we can better ascertain, you know, the necessity and the power that goes along with sisterhoods. So I just wanted to add more into this draconian situation here that just took effect in Texas. And I just wanted black women to know that this can further impact black women with pregnancy. Or what if you run into problems with your pregnancy? Will they take you seriously? Will they believe you? So these are things to consider also. These are things to consider. These are things to think about. We can't afford not to consider it. We can't afford not to think about it. So I just wanted to add, you know, a little bit more, you know, to the video. This is a two-parter. This is the second part. So if you like the video, please hit that subscribe button. And please share. And definitely discuss this in your communities. It doesn't matter what state you're in. Okay, they're doing this in Texas right now. Okay, so Texas is like the crash test dummy, you know, for this. So they're going to see how this played in Texas before they start doing this in other states. I just want to add that in there. So once again, if you like the video, please share it. Please hit that subscribe button. And you guys have a productive day. And have a safe weekend. And stay safe. And be cognizant of your surroundings. Be careful always. More to come.